Hello, I'm Dana Sparks, Managing Broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta. And today's topic for income enhancement is all systems go. Would you like your real estate business to be smoother, easier, more effortless, less stressful? Of course you would. We all would. The secret is in the systems that you use. System, plan, routine, procedure, instructions, checklist, whatever it is you call it, the concept is the same. A system is defined as a set of interacting components forming an integrated whole. When you have specific procedures for every single aspect of your real estate business, then you will be able to help more people and make more money. And after all, that is the reason you chose this as a career. So what kind of systems am I talking about? Well, you should have a system for every single aspect of your business. Lead generation, listing appointment, buyer appointment, sellers, going under contract, from closing on, at the closing, a system for dealing with your past clients, with the co-op agents' clients after you close, your sphere of influence. The goal is once you touch a person one time, then you should have systems and procedures and plans in place so that person never falls through the crack. You never have to consciously think of them again because your procedures will automatically tell you what are the next steps to take to service that person and maintain amazing customer service for them so that they don't fall through the cracks. For example, let's just take a couple. For lead generation, do you have a daily schedule? Real estate conversations first. How many conversations are you having every day regarding real estate, regarding generating a new client for you? What are your sources for lead generation? What are your systems and plans for phone prospecting, texting, direct mail? What's your social media marketing campaign? And then once you have a lead generation system and you get a lead, you have to convert them. So what systems do you have for your listings? If you schedule a listing appointment, what's in your pre-list kit? Your pre-list kit should include something like a thoroughly well thought out, well researched market analysis, completed listing agreement. Go ahead and have everything completed other than the date and the list price. And for commission, I suggest you give the client a choice. Put in there for commission 6%, 7%, 8%, and so forth. And then let them choose what commission they want to sell for and explain to them how commission works. You should have a camera with you. You should have your sign and your lockbox, of course. You should have a stack of business cards to leave at the property so that when they do list it, of course they are going to list it with you should you choose to take it, then you will send them your flyers if you choose to do flyers, and they will already have a stack of cards for those agents who show your listing. You should have already a well printed out set of directions to get to the property. Another couple of hints, bring a zip drive with you, so that if your sellers already have existing pictures that they own that are great pictures of the property, you can copy them to your zip drive and use those in your marketing as well as the ones you choose to take. Go ahead and have a dual entry form already filled out as much as possible based on your pre-qualification of this seller before you ever go out on the appointment. And you should have your seller suspect sheet. For your buyers, same thing. You should have your buyer suspect sheet all filled out. Have they already talked to a lender? You certainly really don't want to meet with them unless you know they have spoken with the lender or they're willing to speak with the lender at your buyer's appointment. You should have already with you some forms such as a questionnaire for them or some helpful pamphlets for them, how to select a real estate agent, the ABCs of agency to have that discussion regarding buyer brokerage. You should have a list of what they are looking for and potential properties that meet their qualifications. Under contract system, once you get a property under contract, whether you're working with the seller or the buyer, you should print out a blank calendar and put in there all the time frames per the contract. Make sure you have a copy and make sure your client has a copy so that you don't miss any extremely important deadlines such as due diligence, financing contingency time frame, appraisal time frame, and so forth. Also, for your under contract system, what is your consistent communication? What is your procedure or plan or checklist for ongoing consistent communication, not only with your own client, but with the lender, with the co-op agent, with the closing attorney, with the appraiser, so forth and so on. These should be automatically scheduled timeframes for this communication. Closing, some thoughts on closing. Thank you notes. You remember that your client is not only the end public buyer or seller with whom you have worked, but your client is also your co-op agent. After all, 90% or better of properties are sold with 2 agents involved. So your co-op agent really is your client, and if you think of your co-op agent as your client, you'll have a better relationship. And if you court your co-op agent the same way you would as a client, you'll have more co-ops with them. Makes sense. You should send thank you notes to the other members of your team, your closing attorney, the lender, the appraiser, everybody that's involved, the home inspector if the person chooses to have a home inspection. Also at closing, you should have a plan or a system to make a copy of the settlement closing statement. Go ahead and have an addressed envelope, so after closing you make a copy, put it in there, put it in your folder, so that next year around January or February you can send those clients a copy of their settlement statement, because they certainly will need them for taxes. All of these things that I'm talking about, these are all things that we know have to be done for real estate. But when you make all of these different issues completely systematic, automatic, high dramatic, why, it's grease lightning. Actually, your business can run as smooth as grease lightning. So with a series of drip campaigns or software, there's a lot of management software out there, such as Top Producer, Agent 2000. I'm not sure what it's called nowadays. That's what it used to be called. Or even if you just have a pen and paper checklist that you pull out, just have copies, and you just have checklists of everything with every single step of the way. Once you meet a client one time, again, the last item on each checklist should be pull out checklist for next step. For example, if you have a conversation with someone who chooses to sell their house and invite you over for a listing appointment, then you have your checklist for your pre-listing appointment. At the very last step on that checklist should be my listing checklist or my follow-up checklist, or so forth and so on. Of course, it's going to be a listing checklist because you are going to get the listing should you choose to take it. Again, systems, procedures, routines, these will all truly automate your business so that you can be more efficient with your time, get more done with the time you have, enjoy your business better, and not forget anything, as well as exhibit amazing customer service for the people with whom you work. Thank you for watching. Again, this is Dana Sparks, Managing Broker of Maximum One Realty Greater Atlanta, serving your needs with innovation, education, and information.